the incremental gains, the incremental growth. So every day, I mean, it's 5:30 in the morning and he steps, or whatever time it is, the sun's not even up, and he's screaming good morning, and he wants to make an impact on somebody's life, and in a positive way, and I mean, he's been that for me, because of his consistency as a leader, I'd say. I don't know. I'm sorry if that didn't really answer it, but I mean, I would say his consistency as a leader to get better and improve those around him. Yeah.
Let me ask you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What are you looking for out of this spring?
Yeah.
At your position?
Consistency at the position, the ability to go out and execute at a high level, but on a consistent basis. We've seen flashes here and there from a few guys in our room before, and obviously with Jordan having played a lot of snaps now, looking for him to take that next step. So I mean, at quarterback here, we're not going to do a whole lot to change how somebody throws the football with their arm. We're going to continue to focus on really the ground up with their feet, and then from the neck up. So how is he tying that picture together with his eyes and his feet, and what he's processing downfield, and then having a plan to go out and execute at a high level. So I'd say the consistency part of it.
He has such great skill sets.
Right.
Some of them are fantastic.
Right.
We can all improve,
Sure.
and develop. What do you look for this spring with him? What are you going to really focus on?
Just consistency in his feet, drops, being able to throw in rhythm, and then when things break down on reads one or two, I mean, not always using his legs as a crutch, but as a weapon too, and sometimes that's just using that athleticism to move in the pocket, as opposed to running downfield, and in spring ball he's not going to get hit and all that stuff, so that is what it is, but just continuing to grow him as a passer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I noticed in this season he stepped up in the pocket
Yep.
more,
Oh, yeah.
especially towards the end of the season.
Yep.
Is he starting to get confident in himself in that respect?
Yeah. I think overall, and you said the word confidence, right? He built confidence as a passer last year. Now he's got confidence as a foundation, right? He knows that he can do it. He believes that he can do it, and that's not to say that he didn't before, but I mean, he delivered in some pretty high pressure situations too. So to be able to go out and do that on a consistent basis, right? And sometimes it might not always be stepping up in the pocket. Like I said, he can use his legs as a weapon too now, and so I'll never take that away from him. Nobody here ever will. But to continue to grow as a passer and develop his feet and confidence in his drops and consistency in his drops, that's eventually going to translate to better passing football, better throwing football.
When you have a veteran coming back like
Yeah.
that, do you find yourself, you and Alex and Mike, talking about building an offense more to suit what he does naturally?
Yeah, I mean, through self-scout and through just asking the kid straight up, hey, what do you feel comfortable with? What do you like? Those are things that we obviously look at, and being able to match his skill set. Now, with that being said, I mean, we had stuff last year where we had plenty of opportunities to execute, and we didn't. So that's why when we come out here in the spring and when our players get together in the summer, those are things that they work on too, because something that we might not have been good at last year, we come out here in the spring, it could look different too. Yeah. So it gives us a little bit more tools in the toolbox too to work with.
Okay, I want to talk about the other guys.
Yep. Okay. So just so Tate, I mean, Tate's had a lot of positive praise, especially this back half of our tour duty and off-season conditioning. I mean, he's done a great job just attacking the workouts, trying to be better every day. I know it sounds a little bit cliche, but he consistently works to improve. He's been a kid that obviously he's been here for a couple years now, and he's had the patience and everything, and just continuing to not just change his body through workouts, but he's working on the part that people don't see, the part in the film room, learning what he does best and what he reacts to best is now my job, because you got to coach everybody a little bit different. I'm going to coach him a little bit different than I'm going to coach Jordan. everybody's equal but not the same, if that makes sense. AJ's been impressive since he's got on campus. I mean, for being a young kid, he's got a ton of focus. Really intelligent, coaches kid, so he gets the game. You know what I mean? And it'll be fun to watch his growth. And then even Gino. I mean, Gino English. I mean, he's a guy who was a standout in off-season workouts too, and his teammates take notice of that. And so he's working hard and doing his role, and that's all we can ask for from a guy like that.
So the one tour of duty I got to watch, those two guys stood out.
Right.
I mean,
right.
So they're both good athletes, I take it.
Good athletes, hard workers, mentally tough. I mean, that's part of tour of duty too. See if we can break them down a little bit, but also give them the confidence that when things get hard, you can do it.
Yeah.
You know. So those two guys being out front, I mean, teammates see that and it shows.
And the two of them, Duffy and Rodemaker, both coaches' sons.
Both coaches' sons, absolutely. So that's one of the things that's cool about Tate too, is with his dad being, I guess, a defensive guy by trade too. With that, you get kind of some of that defensive mentality from Tate, that, I don't know, linebacker mindset for lack of a better term. He has some of that toughness to him, which I really like, especially at the position, because I think when you're looking at quarterbacks, if you show toughness, I think that is a leadership trait still. And being a leader and being tough, and in my mind, can go hand in hand as long as it's true and it's genuine. So it'll be fun to watch Tate's growth as we go through spring, and I'm excited to see where it goes.